Coming up in Two Shakes of a Lamb's Tail, we've got another great episode of Talk is Cheap. Another mass UFO encounter, this time in Australia. Stick around and hang out with us. We're going to have some fun. Is cheap. My name's Pete Halbleib. Real happy to be here. And over to my right,
Dan Hohlfeld. You're happy to be here, so am I.
Yeah, it's always exciting to get in the studio, talk about some weird and wacky and wild stuff, and
absolutely,
I enjoy it a lot.
But it's just the two of us once again.
Once again, yes. We've been having some troubles coordinating schedules lately.
It's a bitch. It's a real bitch.
Yes, it is. Everybody's lives are busy, and did you just hear a cow? Okay. Dan's got his tablet of weird sounds.
Some people got pissed. Arnold Schwarzenegger episode.
Yes.
A couple audience members said this is too much.
Yeah,
a lot of people loved it, but
yeah, we got a lot of kudos for that, for introducing humor, taking it easy, and like having fun on an episode a little bit. And then other people just thought it was like the worst thing we ever did. And
did you like that Photoshop work? I even put it on the back camera.
Yeah, I noticed that as I was going through the episode, and it was interesting. We don't have Dusty tonight. Arnold opted not to come back,
no.
So.
One person said get Judge Judy on. I was like, oh my God, we're not going to get a word in edgewise.
But I bet you there's like a nearly infinite supply of sound bites out there, I bet.
Oh yeah, absolutely. See, I still...
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You still got Arnold in there.
Who's your daddy?
Arnold, go away.
Stop whining.
Okay, so one of the things we've been doing here for the last couple months, Dano, is we have opened up to the audience a hotline that they can call if they want to leave topics or comments and stuff. That number is 256-510-5234. That is number again, 256-510-K2D4. If you're so inclined, you're bored, want to reach out to us or something, you can leave a message or say hi. Real cool if you give us a topic to talk about on a future show. If you don't want us to air your message, you got something top secret, something confidential for us, just say so, and we will respect that. Please try to keep it to 1 minute or less. Long monologues may not make the cut. All standard rates apply long distance if you're calling from a landline. Did I miss anything with that, Dano?
No, that sounds pretty good. A lot of people have been getting a lot of use out of this, so I'm happy with the response. I want to say, we're filming these way in advance, so they're kind of coming down. Hopefully that's going to change in the future, but I'm not going to promise anything right now. But that I'm looking at trying to change things up a little bit. But.
Yeah, translation, he's desperately attempting to get the tech acquired to do live shows, so that would be kind of fun.
Yep. So let's go through some phone calls here.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear what the greater planet Earth has to offer.
This is from Tony Hudson Moffett in Memphis, Tennessee.
All right, Tony.
Hi, this is Tony Hudson Moffett from Memphis, Tennessee. I was calling to talk to Chief and I was wondering if they're going to look into the military teleportation video that's on YouTube from Massachusetts, teleported 9 soldiers from Massachusetts to Germany. It would look in on that, and I'll see your YouTube video about it later.
So did you hear about this one, Pete?
I did not, but we just did Hutchinson effect. We referenced the Philadelphia experiment. My curiosity is piqued. Thank you, Tony. That was a good one. And you kept it under a minute, I'm pretty sure. That was awesome.
This is U.S. Army website, so this is army.mil.
What?
Army scientists have successfully teleported a fully equipped squad from Massachusetts Research and Development Facility to a training area in Germany. The Natrick Soldier System Center announced today. And then you can go down here and it says, according to Storm, a device not unlike the flux capacitor seen in Back to the Future movie series was employed during the experiment. This led to immediate speculation that the Army was also working on time travel, but time travel requirements have generated 1.21.
This cannot be real.
So
1.21 gigawatts. Go back up to the top of this. Is this on April 1st?
Yeah.
It is.
I was going to get to that. Yeah.
Tony.
So, yeah, it's an April Fool's joke. It's on the Army's website. But when you think about this, what a better way to bring the truth out a little bit and into the public's domain like this.
Just so you joke about it, but hey,
it plant that seed that I think they do this a lot. See, the task force expects to report its initial findings by April Fool's Day 2017.
Well, give credit to the Army for having a sense of humor. Did you find anything else?
That was this totally debunked it right away, so why would they find anything
okay.
else?
All right. Well, if it was true, what a great way to I guess deflect the...
In a way, I hate this stuff because it wrecks the truth movement, but I know people like to have fun, but oh well. There you go, Tony. Sorry.
Call us, Tony. Call us back if you've got something else, bud. Because I was on your side there, big time, and I got. Oh man, that's too bad.
I had you going.
Thanks for. Yeah, you sure did. And I'm like, well, I caught on after the Back to the Future reference. That was like too much for me. I was like, okay. Well, oh man, yeah.
So
okay, let's hear another one.
Yeah, let's go on to another one. I think I know who this is. They didn't leave any name or nothing, but
But you think you know who it is?
I think I do.
Okay,
here it is.
Hey, buddy, got a dead cat in there or what?
So you know where that quote comes from. We had Arnold on not that long ago.
Yeah.
So Terminator 1, you got this guy that knocks on his door in the hotel room. Hey, buddy, you got a dead kid in there or what?
I don't remember. In Terminator 1, that was the scene in there?
Yep. Oh, I actually had the clip.
I don't remember that scene. Please enlighten me.
Absolutely.
Because his flesh is rotten off.
Hey, buddy, you got a dead cat in there or what?
And then it comes up possible responses.
You.
I don't remember that in the movie at all.
Is that a Mandela effect for you?
You know what? It might be.
It was like the best part of the movie because I remember in my circle, we always got off on that part.
I got to watch that movie again.
Can you do that impression? I wanted to hear you do it. Hey, buddy, you got a dead kid in there or what?
Yeah. I'm not going to attempt that.
I get pretty damn close.
I'm not going to attempt that. I'm struggling over here with technical difficulties. I can't get into an appropriate character.
All right, so this next one is Lindy from Utah.
Hey guys, I love the show. You're doing a great job. Dan, you are being the change that you want to see in the world, and I absolutely salute you and commend you and think you're amazing. This is Lindy. I'm coming from Utah. I reached out on Facebook. Are you guys going to be at Alien Con? I hope to see you there. Also, would love to see an episode on animal mutilations. Here in the U.S., we tend to call it cattle mutilations, but it's a global phenomenon, and it is one that plagues me, and I just can't shake the idea of what they could possibly be doing with all of this material that they are harvesting from our animals all over our planet. So thanks for putting on such a great show. I really appreciate all the things that you guys are doing for this race, this species, these humans. We all need you. Love you guys.
Love you too, Lindy. Thank you for calling in. So
wait, hold on. Before we go too far, she said, love you guys. You guys are doing great. And then she gave this really great compliment to you. And I'm sitting right next to you. I wish, if it was live or whatever, but I mean, come on, Lindy. I'm okay, aren't I? Anyway, so sorry. My ego was a little hurt there. So,
ooh.
Yeah, but Dan, I do have to echo her sentiments because, man, you are. I say this in so many episodes. You're the backbone. You are the guiding light of this network. I thank you for what you do, and you carry a huge load.
Oh, appreciate the respect.
Yes, awesome. So keep up the good work.
Now to address your second question first, we did an episode on human mutilations.
Yes, we did,
and it did touch upon the cattle mutilation. So I'll refer you to that episode. But basically, in a nutshell, I want to say that they're using the body parts from the cattle for their regenerative purposes. You hear about this in the Dulce base.
Yes, interesting.
You know, aliens swimming in vats of whatever. And I'm not saying every alien race is doing this, but that one particular group. I think it was the Greys, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you know, Lindy brings up a good point, too, because, you know, we've been aware of cattle mutilation. I haven't really focused much on what the heck, what are they doing? Genetic experiments or, you know.
Yeah, all of the above. That.
Yeah.
And if you, when we look into the blood sacrifices and stuff, why are they doing that? It's a release of that energy. So if you have a vat and you're swimming in all this blood of energy, and a lot of times they'll kill like a species right at the moment of terror to really
for the adrenaline and stuff.
That's to regenerate, they feed off that energy. So.
Oh, interesting. Awesome. But, you know, I think we should dig into that a little bit sometime, a little bit deeper and see what else. I'd like to see what they're seeing in Africa or Asia or Europe and Australia where, you know, when I think cattle mutilations, I think like Southwest United States. I got to snap out of that and think more globally. That's
all. I think the episode I covered went into the UK a little bit too. It was a little while ago, but yeah, it was a good one. So she mentioned Alien Con. I looked into this. It would be cool. I've never been to a UFO conference myself. I always kind of wanted to go to one. This is actually in California. But I got to say, I'm not real impressed with the speakers. It's kind of turning into, if Dusty was here, I'd say the Comic-Con.
Yeah, like a Comic-Con. Yeah, like
money.
Yep.
But there is a few speakers, but.
You know, David Childress.
Do you know him?
I've read some of his stuff before.
What does he cover? Just ancient? Okay,
yeah, ancient civilization stuff. Yeah,
and then Linda Moulton Howell, of course. But I guess this one really doesn't.
Stephen Bassett, Sarah, that's good.
Strike me as go to. They put these high end celebrities there, so people go David Da Vinci. But the thing is,
David Duchovny. I would go see David Duchovny.
Oh, Duchovny.
Yeah.
No, I like him in the X-Files and stuff. But when he did an interview on the alien thing, and he kind of poo-pooed it in real life, so I was like, well, I kind of lost respect for him.
Well, you know, let's be real. It's not that the speakers aren't good enough to get us out there. It's our budgets are razor thin here.
Well, that too.
And unfortunately, Lindy, we really would love to do that. But
what I wanted to say is one I really wanted to go to is Contact in the Desert, because the speaker lineup on here is really something I would want to.
Yeah, I've heard of this one. I haven't looked into it much. I just figure I can't afford to get out there.
But so this is where I want you to calculate real quick. Get your calculator out.
Oh, sure. Okay.
So I want to figure out how much it would cost me if I wanted to go to Contact in the Desert, because that's the big one, the main one.
I'm with you.
I would be real excited to go to this. Is actually time this episode airs, it's over with, because this is June 1st through the 4th.
Oh yeah, it's in 13 days from right now. Oh, did I just spill the beans? They could figure out what day.
I don't think it's a big deal.
I'll catch it in editing if it bothers you. Okay,
all right, so
calculator ready.
So ticket price alone, $260.
Is that for a one-day event?
This is the weekend.
Okay, $260.
There's a catch later. Okay, plane ticket, I looked into it, probably, let's just say $600. That's pretty conservative, there and back.
Okay, I think that's reasonable. You could get a plane ticket for that.
And then
rental car?
You might get an Uber, but let's not even take that into account for right now.
All right, you walk there.
Hotel room. Yep. The hotel room. At this hotel, this is in Indian Wells. This is basically a 4-day thing since I'm going to stay for the intensives. So I'm going to be there. I would actually have to show up Thursday night. So Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, 4 day. So
how much for a hotel room?
Hotel room's 150 times 4.
$600.
So weekend workshops, we got to pay extra for these now. So this is it's like this is where they get you. It's
okay. So now
I knew that ticket price was too good to be true.
So they get you in the door and then ding you $50.
So
Okay.
I would want to see David Wilcox, so $50 for him. Corey Good, $50 for him.
Okay, plus 50. Plus
Tellinger, who I had on here for interview, $25.
Tellinger, selling yourself short, man.
And then he probably, I don't know if they have anything to do with it or not, but okay, Sala, Mr.
Michael Sala.
Mr. Space Program himself.
Yeah, 25. That would be a good one to see.
Nassim, I'm on the fence about. Why not? Throw him on there.
Okay,
$30.
We'll add $30 there.
Gilliland, who I interviewed, 25.
Oh, yeah, he was a guest on the show not too long ago.
Grant Cameron, 25. Okay. He's been on here. He broke down the long story very well.
Yep. And he didn't like me too much. Sorry, Grant.
Was this?
He made a comment about how I didn't understand. Wasn't that Grant that made it? Who made the comment?
No, that was Tellinger.
Oh, that was Tellinger that pissed off. I'm sorry. I'm an equal opportunity offender, Dano. I lose track of who I piss off sometimes.
Here's Dusty's buddy, Brian Forrester.
You gonna go check him out?
I'm gonna save money on that one, I think.
Okay, not interested.
So, okay, let me move on now. That was the workshops. Now we got to do intensives.
Yep, these are the Monday morning ones you were saying earlier?
Yeah, the Monday intensives. So, I'll go to Corey again, another $50.
Okay, now that's 9 to noon, though. So you can't go to any other 9 to noon. So you might... okay, so now here's 1:15s to 4:15s. Would you rather go to Michael Tellinger?
I wonder if Corey... That's the thing. Is he going to talk about something different? Let's just go with Corey Good.
Okay, $50. Corey Good. Okay, so pick one from the 1:15 to 2:30 time frame.
Okay, Sala, $40.
Okay, yep, $40 for Sala.
Oh, this is so hard because you got Gilliland in against Wilcock. So I'll go to Wilcock, $50.
Okay.
And let's just go with that. So.
But yeah, because there's Monday outings too. But okay.
Oh wait, and then I want to add one more thing yet because I just missed it. There was a Thursday. There was a Thursday thing going out to Giant Rock, and this is where what's his name's airfield, George Van Tassel. And that's really close to the Inigatron, which I would probably go out to the Inigatron.
Yeah, well, that would be cool too. I would totally do that.
So that's $20 on Thursday.
Okay, plus 20.
So what are we doing for damage? Is that it? No. Meals.
I was just gonna say, you gotta eat, man. You gotta eat.
So they got you covered with that. So let me go to.
So once you're in,
meal tickets.
Unless you're gonna grab a couple bags of bread and some PB&J or something.
So 3-day meals, if you get vegetarian or meat, it's the same. So that's $80 for 3 days.
Okay, so that's not terrible.
But we're missing Monday, so I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to eat out.
It's on there though.
Oh, that's
the deal. Maybe
it's $80 a day for meals. $79 for 3 meals per day. So select a day.
Holy crap!
So times.
So yeah, 80 times 4, because I got to stay Monday for the intensives.
Yep. Plus 80.
This is going to be freaking crazy.
Plus 80. Okay, I think I got them all.
Okay, so what am I looking at? If I want to go with the Contact in the Desert and have the full experience, see the speakers I want to see, what does it cost?
$2,170. That doesn't include transportation once you're there.
So yeah, we gave that a freebie there. So holy mother of God.
And I mean, and conservatively, you're going to have incidentals along the way.
Yeah.
Right. You're going to need to buy a t-shirt. There's $30.
And I don't drink, but this one include cocktails if you went to the cocktail parties and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and the food looks delicious though. If that's what they're serving, that's not terrible.
Oh man.
Someone should go and post a picture of what they're actually serving there.
I've gotten asked if I'm coming to this one. It's like, wow. I mean, just to do what I want to do with it, I'm looking at some heavy damage. And that money could be spent into the network here.
Dan, that's why,
they get you.
The big boss has money decisions to make. That's why you're in charge, man. You get all those tough decisions.
Once we make some big dough and we get the whole YouTube 1 million subscribers,
yeah, then we'll
fly. Then we can go out there for
all of them,
for per work or whatever we want to call it.
Right off, expense it.
So
I'm trying to buy a damn tractor, man, and so I'm sorry I don't have.
That's insane.
I don't have travel money right now.
So you had something a special prize, don't you?
I do.
For the audience.
I do. This is super cool. It's something that I've kind of had stashed for a while, but I haven't brought it out yet. I just felt the good vibes tonight, so I wanted to do it. We have got here a limited edition, very rare, Talk is Cheap sign.
It's very good looking. Yeah. What is it made of?
Yeah, it's like made of some nice gauge steel.
Yeah, it's not cheap, folks. That's for sure.
Yeah, right. It's a steel, and it's coated for weatherproofing, so you can hang it outside. You can put it on a post out at the end of your driveway if you want.
You're not Talk is Cheap.
Yeah. So we have this, and we want to give it away. And what's cool is it's not done yet, but it will be autographed by the Talk is Cheap staff.
If we can get Dusty to sign the damn thing.
We're gonna wrangle him up. We've got to. We guarantee that there will be a signature on there that says Dusty Long. Notice how I gave us ourselves.
But notice that doesn't say we're cheap as Talk.
Yeah,
I'm getting a lot of hate about that.
Yes, I've seen it in the comments too. Some people that drives them nuts. Anyway, one last look. Autograph Talk is Cheap sign. So this could be interesting, Dan. So how would we ever decide who gets the cool Talk is Cheap sign?
So yeah, why not say if you got a better slogan, call our number and tell us.
Is it time to retire?
I think it is. If everybody's hating it, well, give us something better that we can use.
Yeah, and you know what? If you here's an option too. If somebody gives us a really good reason to keep it, you can win the sign too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? And you know what? If all of the suggestions suck, nobody's going to win a sign.
Then we keep the stupid slogan.
Yeah, and then we keep it. So for those that don't, maybe we have some new viewers aren't sure of what the slogan is.
It's welcome to Talk is Cheap, where cheap is talk and talk is cheap. Nobody knows what that means. You got harassed at work about it.
I did. I mentioned it, and they're like, what the hell does that even mean?
And we said we don't know, but it gets you thinking, and it gets the audience thinking.
Right. Yeah.
That was the whole point. And actually, okay, disclaimer, when I first started the show,
rewind.
We were ready to go live, or record, I shouldn't say live. And I was like, Dusty, we need kind of a slogan. And he was like, I don't know what to say. And I was like, let's just flip it around. Welcome to Talk is Cheap, where cheap is talk and talk is cheap. Done. And I thought we can replace that with something down the road. We never thought anything to replace it of. So here's your chance.
Yeah, all you haters that hate it, call us up. Give us a better one.
So yeah, call that number, 256-510-5234. That's 256-510-K2D4. If you have a better slogan and we pick it, or if you have a better reason why we should keep or cheap is talk, you might be the winner of that sign. We'll sign it for you.
Yep, and we're going to sign it on an upcoming episode when we get Dusty back. Hopefully, we'll sign it, and it will be sent in. And don't worry, we will keep your information, your mailing address. We will send it out. We will destroy it. We will not keep it. So don't be afraid of that, I guess. And if you don't want to give us your mailing address, then I guess you can't win the sign.
Yeah, so they should call, leave their name.
Probably a phone number.
Yeah, at least put your phone number in there. If you win, I'll give you a call.
And you get to talk to Dan too.
And then I'll get your
cool.
address from you, and then we'll send it on out and go from there.
Awesome. We're going to keep the contest running until we get that good one. So it could be as soon as 5 minutes after the show airs. Someone calls in, and you could hit a home run right out of the park from the gates, and we decide, and you win. Don't know. So knock us out. That'd be awesome.
All right. So sorry we went on so long here, but
yeah, we did kind of this time around.
We're definitely getting some work on our shoulders.
Yes. Okay. So on to the topic for tonight. Okay.
What do you got?
Well, this topic was submitted by one of our viewers. I think it's the same viewer, Silver Neon or Marco Solo.
Is he related to Marco Polo?
I don't know. And is it Silver Neon?
I think it was silver, wasn't it?
I think so. That's not what I had typed in, but I could have typed it in wrong. I was so proud I had the person's handle that recommended the topic. And I said, Dan, look, I'm learning, and I messed up. Silver Neon.
Okay, I literally copied and pasted it.
Yeah, that was my and Marco Solo. Was that 2 suggestions?
Yeah, that was suggested by 2 separate people.
Oh, wow. Okay, very good. Well, I've got 2 folks that wanted us to talk about that. That's great. Silver Neon and Marco Solo. This topic is refers to one of Australia's, I guess, most notorious UFO encounter cases. It's called the Westall UFO encounter. Happened a long time ago, 1966, April 6th, 1966. There was a sighting of multiple crafts. It was about 11 a.m.
Okay, so fairly daylight.
And the thing is, it was suburban, and it landed out back of a school.
Another school.
Yes, another school, witnessed by over 200 people, students, faculty, the headmaster saw it, and some interesting things, occurred around this. Many moons ago, we did an episode on the Zimbabwe encounter, and that was, I believe, 60-some students. Same situation. Multiple UFOs came, they landed. In that particular one, creatures got out, people saw it, and they took off. And of course, 67 people or whatever that number was.
Which I thought was totally credible.
Yeah. And it was cool because they had witnesses that came back decades later and talked about it. That one was in 1994. This one's 1966. 3 saucer-shaped discs. One was on the ground for about 20 minutes. Students ran toward it. They were looking at it. A couple students approached it. One girl got sick, got taken to the hospital. Ooh. Nobody saw her again. Nobody heard what happened to her, at least the witnesses, the students at the time. Local military and police were involved. And catch this. This is Australia. Men in Black interrogated some of the students.
Oh, no.
Yep. And crazy.
I wonder if they had the old 60s, like when I presented that one topic, they always looked like they were in the 60s time frame.
Well,
I suppose they would if this was 60s.
Yeah.
Unless they're way back in like 40s.
Yeah, maybe back then they wore 1920s outfits or something.
I don't know.
Right? Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to answer that because there's no video. I couldn't find any videos. I found one photo allegedly of the incident. It was not Men in Black. It was not of the crafts, but we'll get to that in a minute. What was interesting, though, too, in some of the research is some people felt that the American military was involved in it as well. So anyway, 200 people witnessed this. Okay, students, faculty, and the headmaster. And what's really cool is I found this. Every time I do a topic, I say, get out there, do your own research, Google it. There's documentaries, there's clips, there's YouTube stuff that's 2 minutes long, there's hour-long stuff. This one's really cool because there's a lot of information out there, and I could only scrape the surface of it. But I did come across on the internet a documentary where they interviewed the witnesses in 2004. So approximately, 40 years later, I think it was 2004, they interviewed some of these witnesses for a documentary they were doing. So I'm just going to jump in with both feet here, and we're going to talk about one of the witnesses, Joy Clark. Okay. We'll watch a short clip, but she was a witness to 3 flying saucers. Her personal belief is that they were not of this world. She'd never seen anything like that. The army arrived. The police were there. They were told that they were suffering from mass hysteria and that what they saw didn't happen, and they were making stuff up. All right. Okay, hit pause. All right. I'm gonna click on this play. Is that all right?
Yeah, I think that's the right one.
Okay.
I don't know why there's 2.
Yeah.
Mandela effect.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, Dan, behind the scenes here off camera, we were having some technical difficulties starting up here, and just some weird goes on when we get into the studio, man. Okay, so here's Judy Clark talking about her experience briefly.
High school saw it differently. That afternoon, our principal called a special assembly and told us all not to talk about it.
All I know is the whole school was told off. The head.
Okay, so that was Judy Clark. Sorry about that. I let her run a little bit longer. So she was a witness, and again, told not to talk about it. Okay, brought them all into the assembly area. Don't talk about it. Another witness, Terry Peck, claims that they were about 6 meters away from it. So in America here, it's approximately 20 feet. It was bigger than a car and circular, and thought they saw some lights underneath it. There was 2 people in front of her. One was apparently very upset and pale, really white, and they said that they passed out, fainted when they got too close to it. One was taken away in an ambulance.
Yeah, I've heard of this before because they can't handle that energy of the UFO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever power systems they're using and get too close.
And like Jonathan Reed, he got sick when he got close.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the one that Jonathan was the guy in the woods, right?
Yeah, and he put the alien in the freezer.
Yeah,
I wanted to get him on the show, but he
flaked out on you a little bit.
Well, but then I saw that he was doing this other radio interview. I was like, all right, whatever. But I was so
we
close.
Could try again sometime.
Because when he kind of was for it was before I was ready to do it.
Yep.
Side issue.
Okay. Yep. Side issue. Okay. So, again, Terry Peck said they all called us in, told us to be quiet about it.
Yeah. Did they went into like everybody get in the
like
gym,
the gymnasium, the assembly area. Yeah.
Talk about.
A couple of girls got there faster than me. I was a bit slow, and they actually passed out. And apparently it did land because when we got there, there was a great big round patch of like flattened yellow, almost burnt, although I'm a bit sketchy on that. I can't remember if it was really burnt or whether it was just flattened, but it was sort of yellow and the grass was all flattened in a swirly sort of a pattern.
See, yeah.
So, you hear about that a lot too, don't you?
Well, like the crop circles, you hear that they're flattened, but the whole idea is they're not bent, so they're still living,
right, and
survivable. But some of these you hear when the UFO lands, it's like nuclear energy and it burned. And then if you go there with a
Geiger counter, it spikes and stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're using they're probably using different energy sources to run each craft or whatever.
Could be, yeah, or they just never got the Geiger counter out for this one that anybody saw. I mean, the military may have run it. That's one of those things where they shuffled everybody off, and then the officials went in to investigate. Real quick,
but yeah, you can tell she's authentic. I don't remember if it was burnt or not, so that's good there.
Yep, here's another quick clip here.
Before I got there, the disc came back up again, so I stopped chasing it.
We looked up and we just saw this saucer type thing taking off, and it seemed to turn side on and just disappear.
Turned flat off and disappeared. So there's either fast acceleration, we talk about in the past with UFOs, maybe squeaking between dimensions and stuff, things like that.
Absolutely.
So yet another witness that claims they saw it. It was down, it was up, saw people getting sick, took off. Okay. Jacqueline Argent was another one. She had initially thought it was some experimental aircraft. After many years, she realized that, hey, it wasn't. We haven't seen anything like it. It's been 30, 40 years. What was I seeing? Jacqueline was the one that was called into the headmaster's office, interrogated by 3 men immediately following the incident. They had good quality suits and were well spoken. I do have another clip I want to watch. This is Jacqueline talking here.
Thin air.
Well, what about your friend Tanya?
I believe she did see it on the ground.
She did see it on the ground?
So I was given to believe, yes. But I went back to school and Tanya went back to school and basically had gone all to pieces.
Wait, what did she
there was
say
definitely an ambulance on the Oval, and I was told that she'd been taken away in the ambulance, and that was the last time I ever saw her.
Wait.
Wow.
She was just gone, and she never came back to school.
So, ever?
Ever. She never saw the girl back in school. Now, she was a young kid, you know, at the time. She was younger.
Yeah.
So maybe she did leave and die. Maybe the parents moved away or whatever, but never saw the girl again.
Jeez.
That'd be nice to figure out who that was, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And then, oh man, you just start thinking about possibilities. Like maybe they took her to a breakaway civilization. You know, what were they doing there in the first place? Were they picking up a sample? Or did they know that she was going to come running and use her?
Well, you know, hard telling. Once she took off in the ambulance, anything's possible.
Oh, yeah.
Really, you know, it's one of those things where who knows? It could be coincidence, but it adds to the agenda. And this and other stuff I found is chock full of witness accounts. There's no possible way we could cover them all without going hours and hours. And to hear what these people have seen. Another witness, Stephen Cairns, he was walking to his school with his mother at the time. He wasn't at school because he was at a dentist appointment earlier. And he saw a silvery disc-like object. It moved with amazing speed until it was directly above us. It hovered for a few moments then and flew away. So Stephen Cairns, another witness. Okay. Sean Matthews, yet another witness. And I don't want to just go through all these witness accounts, but he was not a student at Westall either. Okay. He was on his family's land and was disconnected from the property where the school was. And he had seen the UFO come across the horizon, drop down behind the pine trees. He didn't know how long it was there for. He wasn't quite sure. It went up and off very rapidly. And there was a circle in the clearing. Looked like it had been cooked or boiled, but not burnt. And then he said a heap of kids from Westall Primary and High School came charging through to see what had happened. And they all kind of sat around and said, basically, what the heck was that?
Maybe you're getting into it, but did they say anything about the beings?
No beings ever got out. They didn't see, no claims that I've come across of seeing any creatures. Basically, 3 UFOs, one of them landed for about 20 minutes, took off and left. Now, and this is where it gets interesting here too, because not everybody has quite the same story, because some people claim to have only seen one, and that makes sense if you're not part of the group, or you know, right away out there, maybe you only saw the one took off. But this is the interesting part, is that some people claim that small aircraft then came and attempted to intercept the UFOs, and then the UFOs took off and the aircraft went. Now, there's been no acknowledgement of that officially, that any aircraft were involved, but people are claiming to have seen it.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past it.
Right.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, I do have, you know, Dano, I do have another clip I'd like to show. And this is another witness, Sue Savage, went under some hypnosis to try to get some memories back. And so I'm going to play that for us here.
I want to find some sort of proof that this happened, so we don't keep on, you know, getting called silly people. And, you know, no one's ever wanted to know the details before. They just think I'm stupid. And, you know, they don't want to know the story. They just, I said, I've seen UFOs or flying saucers, and they say, yeah, sure. What drugs were you on that day? And, you know, I was 13 years old. I was at school in the daytime. I wasn't on any drugs.
So, 13 years old when she saw it. And this is just so typical when you talk about people that have sightings, encounters and stuff. And her account is, you know, I'm trying to figure it out because I've been told over and over that it didn't happen, you know, and that I was wrong. And she also acknowledged, well, nobody ever asked me about the details before. They just immediately dismiss it out of hand because people can't accept that.
Yeah.
And this I'm not going to say poor lady, but this woman has spent a lifetime being told that she didn't see what you see. That messes with someone.
And everybody's brainwashed like that.
All right, so here's a little clip of Sue going through some hypnosis stuff and trying to recall some things. I found it interesting that she was willing to do this to try. You've heard a lot of. I guess
experiencers.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, experiencers that go through this to get some stuff up.
I saw the classroom for the first time, and then I saw heads bobbing, walking across the oval towards the end of the school ground, and then there they were. Still not 100% clear, but I know what they are. They're UFOs.
So you can see there that she's a totally different even woman there. She's like she has that knowledge now. She went through and remembered the account. I find it so interesting that after 40 years they're still struggling with this and they're still coming to terms with it, and then they go through something like this, and then it's just back to apparent and obvious. We knew what it was, and it wasn't something from around here.
Oh yeah.
So there are a couple other things I want to talk about because there wasn't a ton of documentation, but the local news did cover it. The Channel 9 news came out.
These local ones are the ones that got the balls to cover it, not these.
Yeah, international ones or national ones, right? So the local Channel 9 news came out. Attempted to interview some people. Even after school, they were waiting to interview the students. The headmaster shooed them off and left. They did get some footage. The catch here is that when investigators went back to look through the archives of the news station for the different broadcasts they did, canister's missing. Footage is gone. This was 1966.
Right.
It's not like it's downloaded and backed up on the cloud and stuff. Yep. So the Channel 9 news footage is gone. But we do have some newspapers here. And just, flying saucer mystery, school silent, what was it? So right from day one, they heard reports of a sighting and nobody was talking about it. Wait a minute now. Here's that account about the pilots. The newspaper the very next day is who's questioning, or they're asking who were the 5 pilots. They're questioning what was going on with the airplanes. So there is some coverage on it. Seems pretty legitimate as far as mass hysteria, mass hallucination.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily buy into that. We do have one other photo I wanted to bring up, a picture that was taken of the grass. There we go. This allegedly is a picture of the grassy area where the UFO had landed.
Okay, so it doesn't look burnt.
It definitely doesn't look burnt to me. It looks laid pretty flat. Is there a little spiral in there? It's kind of tough to see with the grain.
I think so.
Yep. So pretty interesting. I thought that at least there was one photo out there that you could dig up allegedly. Now, who knows exactly if that is, but I thought that was interesting enough to share. So, years and years later, 2014 document was uncovered of the official explanation.
Oh, great. I'm sure this is real good.
Okay, yep. Okay, so the guy that did the documentary, and I forget the guy's name, but we saw some clips from his documentary. I thought it was pretty good. Recommend that you folks check it out. But here's the explanation. The documents revealed that a secret radiation testing project known as the Hubble Project, a joint U.S.-Australian initiative developed to monitor atmospheric radiation levels using large silver balloons equipped with sensors between 1960 and 1969.
Oh, hell no.
I don't think so.
Where have we heard large silver balloons?
Like every frickin' UFO case?
Right, exactly. Okay.
God.
Each balloon was equipped with a 180 kilogram payload and was followed by a light aircraft tasked with it. Ooh, so they're trying to explain why they saw 3 light aircraft after this took off. This aircraft would track it and trigger its parachute, its 12-meter or 36-foot parachute via a radio signal. Okay. So each balloon was, the researcher said examinations of the documents, Keith Basterfield is the one who uncovered these documents, held by the National Archives and former Department of Supply, indicate the mysterious flying object may have been a test balloon that was blown off course.
Oh my God.
Hubble flight number 292 was attributed to what this sighting was. It was launched on April 5th, 1966, the day before the sighting.
Yeah.
However, the other paperwork for the launches scheduled for the day before appear to have been lost or destroyed. So I don't buy the whole weather balloon bullshit.
It's crap.
It is. It's awful, Dan.
I'm tired of these same old things, and it's like, oh, no, you didn't see that.
Yeah, you didn't see what you saw, and oh, by the way, if you did see something, it was this.
Yep.
You know.
And then meanwhile, we're still burning coal and all this other crap, and we got to tax you for carbon emissions.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah, there's something going on. Anyway, I feel the folks on the back end may have picked up on it. We experienced a couple technical difficulties tonight.
If Dan did a good job, you guys didn't see a damn
thing. Yeah, so we can. If you didn't notice anything, again, this guy's the bomb. So, folks, get out there. Westall UFO encounter. Do some other research. There's so much stuff out there. It's super interesting. Great documentaries out there. Great video clips. Check it out. Would love to hear some thoughts in the comments.
Absolutely. We see these all the time. This is another good one to the puzzle. So.
Just another one where 200 people hallucinated all the same thing. And
they're crazy.
Yep. And of course, it had nothing to do with UFOs.
Oh, it's got weather balloons.
Yeah. What do you do? Have a good night, everyone.